If a crocodile loses its power of observation, it cannot hunt. It simply keeps watching. Its gaze never leaves the surface of the water. Its posture does not change. It does not move. Everything looks normal. But there is now a difference. It is no longer dangerous. The crocodile merely continues to exist there. And that is the quietest collapse. A crocodile without a system. A crocodile whose internal complaint mechanisms have completely broken down. A crocodile whose threat detection reflex has begun to rot. The eyes are open, but they no longer see reality. It just keeps looking, and no one is aware that anything is wrong yet. Welcome to my channel. I'm James. This is the first video of my third series, the Observer series. I will explain in full detail the process of a crocodile losing its power of observation. Because the collapse of a crocodile, just like in the other series and animals, carries similarities with the collapse of a human being, quietly, invisibly, in a lethal way. Let's begin. Enjoy. The routine continues. The crocodile wakes up at the same time every morning. It rises to the surface, takes its position. Everything is ordinary. The caretakers look at it. Visitors keep taking photos. It looks so calm, they say. So peaceful, but they are unaware of anything. There is a serious deficiency in the crocodile. The crocodile is no longer observing. Is observation merely looking? No, observation is analysis itself. Observation is noticing even the smallest detail in a tiny movement. It is extracting meaning from a ripple on the water's surface. It is producing a distance estimation report. It is having perfect timing. The crocodile used to do these automatically. In normal times, the process worked like this. Instinctive, natural. But now, a serious malfunction. Light is on in the system. A fish passes by. Normally, the crocodile would notice it through detailed analysis. It would measure the distance, track the movement, even calculate the energy cost. Is it worth it? Should I approach? Should I wait? It would conduct very detailed analyses like these. But now the crocodile just looks. The fish leaves. The crocodile does not move. For the first time, it does not care about the prey. The caretaker does not notice, because the crocodile usually did not move much anyway. Staying still was in its nature. But this time, contrary to what is assumed, this is not calmness. It is a system malfunction. Imagine a person starting work at the same time every day, sitting at the computer, looking at the screen, opening emails. Everything is ordinary. They are working, or at least it appears that way. Does being there mean they are fulfilling their duties with the same level of attention? Their mind might be elsewhere. They might have a focus problem. They might not be observing. And this slowly reflects into life. Over time, everything reveals itself. The boss walks by. "How's it going?" he asks. The man smiles. "It's going well," he says. The boss assumes everything is normal and moves on. The man looks at the screen again. He is staring with empty eyes. Nothing is functioning. He reads the emails. But what if he does not understand them? He sees numbers. What if he cannot analyze them? He is just looking. Just like the crocodile. The eyes are open. The system is closed. The crocodile's power comes from observation, but observation requires energy, an internal energy, the energy of attention, the energy of curiosity, the energy of survival. And we know that these types of energies are no longer present in this crocodile. The battery is dead. The charger is broken, like a phone that is switched off. It simply exists. Time passes. The crocodile remains in the same condition. It hardly moves at all. But once, stillness was an observation strategy. Now the situation is very different. Alive, but passive. Do you know what the crocodile's greatest ability is? No, patience is not the correct answer. The correct answer is reading microsignals flawlessly, noticing the smallest vibration on the water's surface, being able to analyze even the slightest change in the air's sound, seeing the tiniest difference in a reflection of light. The general name for this is perfect observational ability, knowing when to approach, analyzing what no one else sees down to the finest detail. But due to the malfunction in the system, this ability has now disappeared. The crocodile no longer detects vibrations. It does not hear the sound. It does not read the light. There is only an empty image now, blurry, unclear, meaningless, an image without details. And one day, another crocodile approaches. A young male. He enters its territory. Normally, the old crocodile would notice very early, analyze body language, predict intention, evaluate the threat, and as a result of these flawless observations, make a decision. But in the current situation, the young crocodile comes very close. They are almost side by side. The old crocodile only realizes it then. It is too late. It must react, but it does not, because it did not read the signals. It did not prepare. The internal systems are completely broken. The young crocodile waits. It expects a reaction, but there is no reaction. The old crocodile just looks. The young crocodile moves even closer. Still no reaction. And in that moment, everything becomes clear. The young crocodile now understands everything. It does not take the other seriously, because the old crocodile is no longer dangerous. It is still large, still physically strong, but psychologically, systemically, it is dead. Its power of observation is zero. The young crocodile withdraws, but it no longer fears. It just waits. It knows the power is now on its side. Let me give an example through a manager. A man who has managed his team for years. He is aware of every employee's emotional state. In a meeting, he would immediately understand who was tense. He would see who was unhappy. He would almost read and understand who was lying. He possessed many microsignals. Tone of voice, body language, eye movement. This was his unbeatable mechanism. He kept his team under control this way. But there comes a time when he can no longer analyze signals. He is in a meeting. The team speaks. Someone is uncomfortable. The body language reveals it. The tone is irritated. Normally, the manager would immediately understand and ask, "Is there a problem?" He would handle the situation. But now he does not notice anything. The meeting ends. The issue grows. A week later, the employee resigns. The manager is surprised. There were no signs, he says, but the signs were clearly there. The manager just did not notice. He did not observe. Microsignals are among the most important rules of life, at work, in relationships, in social life. A small glance, a slight change in tone actually reveals everything. A small body movement is enough. They show everything. But to see them, the system must be open and strong. there must be attention and focus. The energy must be sufficient. It has been a long time since the crocodile lost that energy. A human can lose it too, and when it is lost, it cannot be regained. The crocodile has another feature: invisibility. It enters the water. Only its eyes remain outside. Its body cannot be seen. The threat normally cannot be perceived, but the crocodile sees everything, controls everything, gathers information, analyzes, waits, and acts at the right moment. This is literally what observational power means. It comes from invisibility. But when the system breaks, is invisibility a strength? No, of course not. It merely turns into a condition. At that point, invisibility shifts from hiding to disappearing. The crocodile is in the water. Its eyes are outside. But it no longer has observational ability. It is just an unqualified crocodile that happens to be there, like a stone, like a log, like an inanimate object. Other animals come near it. They drink water. Normally, the crocodile should observe them, analyze their movements and search for opportunities, or at least evaluate threats. But now animals come and go, and there is not the slightest reaction from the crocodile. They no longer care about it, because the crocodile is no longer a threat to them. It is just an object. The power of invisibility is gone. In its place, there is real absence. Let's speak through a consultant. A consultant who attends meetings but does not speak, sitting in the back, listening, observing, taking notes. No one pays attention to him, but he pays attention to everything. Who looks at whom? Who says what? Who is tense? Who is comfortable? The meeting ends. The consultant presents a detailed analytical report to the boss. This person is oppositional. This person is supportive. This person is undecided. The boss forms decisions accordingly. The consultant is invisible, but highly influential. But another time comes. The consultant attends the meeting again, sits in the back again, silent again, but now he cannot observe. His mind is empty. He cannot analyze those around him. He is only physically present. The meeting ends. The boss asks, "What did you observe?" The consultant is surprised. "I don't know. I didn't pay attention." The boss is shocked. "Isn't observing your job?" "Yes, it was. But now it is not. Because there is a focus problem. There is a problem in the system. And because of that, everything is affected like a spiral. Invisibility exists in two different ways. One is strategic. It exists for observation. It gives power. The other is passive. It is disappearance. It gives no power. The crocodile has shifted from strategic invisibility to passive vanishing. It is no longer someone who hides. It is simply someone who is not fully there. A hollow crocodile. Eyes open, but spirit extinguished. Time passes. Do the caretakers notice? No, because the crocodile was always a quiet animal. It did not move. This is its nature. But no one understands the difference between nature and collapse. They only see the results. And the results come slowly, quietly, irreversibly. The crocodile's most significant trait is patience. It can wait for hours, for days. Rushing is not in its nature. It maintains perfect balance between control and timing. The prey approaches. The crocodile waits. It comes closer. The crocodile waits again. The perfect moment arrives. That is when it acts. Fast, precise, lethal. This is the perfection of time control. But if the power of observation is lost, nothing remains of time control. Because control requires analysis. Knowing when to act requires observation. The crocodile can no longer control time. Time begins to control it. It starts to drift within time. The days are the same. Every day, the same habits. It wakes up in the morning, enters the water, waits. Evening comes. It sleeps. The next day is the same. This is not routine, because routine has purpose. It has order. This is only repetition, empty repetition, a meaningless cycle, a vicious cycle. Everything in life must carry meaning. That is the rule of life. The young crocodile comes a little closer every day, acts a little bolder every day. Does the old crocodile notice? Yes, but does it react? No, it no longer has timing. Even if it wants to, it cannot act. It no longer knows at which moment it should react. Too early, too late. There is no decision. The system does not respond. The young crocodile has almost completely taken over the territory. The old crocodile keeps waiting. But this waiting is not strategy. It is helplessness, and helplessness is one of the worst feelings in life. There is no trace left of time control. A crocodile that does not know when to act, that does not even know when to wait. Patience has turned from strategy into anxiety. Psychology has now fully taken over. Speed has turned from power into panic. Control is gone. The crocodile is in the water. Days pass. It no longer cares about anything. Time passes, but the crocodile does not notice. Is it hungry? It does not know. Is there a threat? It does not care. Has its territory been lost? Maybe, but it no longer matters. Because it cannot observe. A crocodile without observational power is just a reptile. Harmless, weak, finished. And one day, the caretakers finally realize the crocodile is motionless. For days, it has not fed. It is alive, but not living. The veterinarian comes, checks it. Physically healthy, he says. But psychologically, something is there. What is there? They cannot diagnose it. But even if they cannot, we know the name of it. The loss of observational power, the collapse of the system, the psychological farewell of a crocodile. We have come to the end of another video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do not lose your power of observation. Read the small signals. Notice my control time. Otherwise, you will only exist, but you will not live. I am waiting for your comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, James.